Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for the grand reopening of the Woodbridge Artisan Guild on Main Street. We have a whole host of people here we're going to ask to talk and interview. Let me start by recognizing the guy way back there. That's Glenn Merguez. He was one of the founding fathers of the Woodbridge Artisan Guild. He's a metal sculptor by trade. That's his craft. Glenn, come on up and say what you think about, your vision in the beginning becoming a reality.
Well, I was original member of the Mayor's Committee for the Arts, and we were brainstorming ways of trying to revitalize downtown Main Street. One of my suggestions was maybe we could use an art gallery downtown, and of course they said, well, go ahead, open one up. So I got together with a few different people, Lois Griffin and Carolyn, Connie Ellick, Jim Sullivan, Michelle Charmello.
Paul behind you.
This guy right here, Paul LaGruda, and we got together and we started the Woodbridge Artisan Guild. We formed a nonprofit corporation, and we started in a little place on Fulton Street, a little 500 square feet, I guess it was, and gradually moved over to here a couple of years ago. And I was president for 5 years. I left last year. Michael Palick took over, kept it alive, and now the mayor's taken over with the recreation department, I believe it is, and I am so happy to see that it's still alive and thriving. It's great.
We were talking yesterday. We had the Chamber of Commerce had a breakfast. It was all about the arts. From that first committee, you had Bill Brandenburg on it, and that led to the Wednesday concerts.
Exactly.
You had Ricky Cohn and Beth Amory, and that led to the Woodbridge Community Youth Players, the play group. You had somebody that Leslie was on that, which led to the New Horizons band.
Right.
So that one meeting we had back in 2008 maybe, led to all these different groups kind of forming and getting going.
It's really been working great.
Well, how about pass the microphone over to your guy next to you, Paul LaGruda. Paul's involved in the WAG now, has been for the past several years, including a stint as president, or whatever you call it, chairman. So say what you think about what's going on here.
Well, I think what we're doing here now is actually excellent. We, with working with the rec department, we've been able to set up some great classes that we have going regularly. One of the things that we struggled with, I think, when we were running the WAG was getting classes going, finding the people, doing the promotion in order to get the word out there that we're doing classes and attracting the right people. And now through the rec department, we have some great people doing some classes, and the population is great. We have real good attendance, and we like to see that. We like to see more people coming in, seeing the gallery, seeing the art. That's what's really important. That's what it's about. And we couldn't be happier because it really means that the WAG is going to be here forever, and that's what we want. We want to have this opportunity for artists to be able to put their work up. People see it. We want the opportunity to do the outreach, do the art classes, and that's what's important.
Okay, to your left is Samantha. She is a township part-time employee, and she actually runs this facility. Tell us hours. Tell us everything that happens.
Well, now that the township is basically taken over and I've been hired as the gallery manager now, we have regular gallery hours, which I know is something that Glenn and Paul are really excited about. So now we're going to be open as a gallery Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays to show off all of our great artists in Woodbridge on top of the great classes that we have. So we have our brushes and beers class, and we have a kids class, and we're also available for birthday parties. And we have our great art teacher over here, who can tell you guys a little bit more about everything that she does and how great our classes are.
Okay, Ashley J., you want to tell us everything you do here?
Okay, so my name is Ashley J. I'm an elementary art teacher at School 9 and School 23. I've been very fortunate to be picked to teach these classes, which is just excellent because I know my own students have been asking to do things outside of class, so it's just awesome that we have these programs now. We have our kids class, which is called Playful Painting. It's $60 and it's for 8 weeks, so the kids come every Thursday. And we have a class for 5 to 8-year-olds. That's from 6 to 7. And then we have a half-hour break. And then we have a class for the 9 to 13-year-olds, and that's from 7:30 to 8:30. So it's an acrylic painting. It's on a 16 by 20 canvas. I do the painting with them step by step. They follow along. We get about 5 paintings done throughout the 8 weeks, and I mean, they have a blast. I have a blast with them. So it's really fun seeing them make friends too, because they all talk about what schools they go to, and you know, they get involved in other activities. Oh, you're involved in Girl Scouts, let me join. So it's a really good thing to kind of bring all of our smaller communities together. And then also we have our brushes and beer class, which is our adult painting class. And same thing, it's a acrylic painting on a 16 by 20 canvas. It's on Friday nights from 7 to 9, so it's a 2-hour class. You can bring your own food, snacks, any kind of adult beverage. And we can fit 25 people in here, which is really good for parties too. We have private parties that you can book on Wednesday nights or on any day after gallery hours, as well as the playful painting. Like Sam said, you can book birthday parties. We've had a Girl Scout party, book a party. With the holidays coming up too, it's going to be really good because schools and businesses can book their holiday parties here. So again, it's a wonderful place, not only to get your creative spirit going, but to kind of bring everyone together here in Woodbridge. So
the playful painting, are you in the middle of a session right now?
We are. We just started Thursday, so we just started our first painting, and we're doing a landscape with a fox in the front. So the kids are excited to do that. And next week we'll finish that, and then the week after that we'll be starting a new one. So.
And, now I lost the train of thought. What was I going to say before? I forget. I had a question and I lost it. All right, that's good? You're good?
Yeah,
all right,
we're good.
Carol's Chief of Staff, and she's been the driving force behind the arts in Woodbridge to a large extent. So why don't you talk about, your thoughts about the Artisan Guild?
Well, this is really exciting. From the get-go, when the Artisan Guild first formed, it's been a huge success, and it's been a first time in Woodbridge kind of event. And so it's been great to watch it evolve and grow and keep getting better and better. And now that we've formed the partnership with the Recreation Department, it makes it so much easier because, first of all, they know how to get the word out. They know how to do publicity. They know how to run programs. It's what they do. It's their business. And they've been nice enough to bring Samantha on, who is right out of college. She did a stint with the Secretary of State, who runs the Art Council. So she's got a phenomenal background that she can bring here to the township to help us grow the arts. And to have something like this downtown, I'm going on the record to say that this is the first of many arts businesses that we are going to have downtown, because the arts is like a magnet. It just brings people downtown, and it brings them to our restaurants and to our stores, and it's just, the arts bring a downtown alive. So I'm very happy to all of you who are involved in making the WAG a success, and looking forward to more businesses coming.
Thank you. We have a bunch of council people with us. Fourth Ward Councilman Jim Major, Councilman at Large Kyle Anderson, Councilman at Large Greg Ficarra, Councilwoman at Large Elizabeth DeJesus, and First Ward Councilwoman and Council President Nancy Drum. Nancy, you want to say anything about the WAG on behalf of the council?
Sure. Well, I'm very excited. I work right down the street at the Woodbridge Chamber of Commerce, and we are actually talked to our artist Ashley and Brian Molnar about getting together a painting and networking event. So we are having our very first Chamber of Commerce networking event and painting here the last Monday of September. That's the 28th, I think, and it's full. It only took a week and a half to fill up since we can only have 25 or 26 painters. I worked with Ashley. We picked a really pretty fall picture. We're thinking about maybe so we can sustain it through the business community and bring more foot traffic in here, doing it 4 times a year and making it like a seasonal. So 4 seasons, Ashley will work with us and pick a pretty picture that we can decorate according to the seasons. So we're very excited to join in and incorporate the businesses and bring more foot traffic into the Artisan Guild. So Carolyn, it's so exciting to be able to make this really happen and really bring fruition to the downtown and bring the arts here. So we're very excited. Thank you.
I'm just excited because art is a way of expressing yourself, and I think that we have a lot of talent in Woodbridge Township in the schools. I'm happy to hear there's a teacher here who works in the district, and it's just great to walk by and see art and see paintings and see this place full on Wednesdays and Friday nights. And like, Nancy said, the more people see that there's life here, that we are doing things, the more they're going to feel like they should be visiting our downtown area. So I'm excited, and maybe next year we can do something for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Can I just say one more thing? I just wanted to also mention that we incorporated some of our chamber members into our event on the 28th here. We have one of our chamber members that's sponsoring the food, so they're coming here, and then Ashley has some friends who are musicians, so they're going to be playing out here too. So to be able to bring that all together was just really cool. So we're looking for a very successful event. Thank you.
I do remember the question. If somebody's watching this and they want to learn more about the playful painting or the groups, who do they call?
Okay, so you can call the Recreation Department, and the number is 732-596-4048, and you can either speak to Eileen or speak to a secretary in the office. And again, if you ask for playful painting, it's $60 for the entire 8 weeks. If you ask for brushes and beer, you can call to reserve your spot, because again, the spots fill up. We can only fit 25 people in here. Both classes, our kids class sold out in 3 days, and the brushes and beer, again, I highly recommend that you call to reserve your spot. It's $25 for the Friday nights. However, if you have 10 or more people and you want to book your own private party, it's only $20. So.
Okay. Very good. So tell us about, other fancy places or wine and design, and we're Woodbridge.
Well, yeah, not to name other places, but it is getting popular now in society to do these painting parties, and being that this is the first one to have in Woodbridge, I think people are excited, and that's why we are booking so quickly, is because people don't want to go outside to other towns. We want to stay here in Woodbridge, and we want to support Woodbridge and use, maybe we can get on the Woodbridge local app and we can support that and everything. So.
You guys, Greg, you want to say anything?
Yeah, interesting enough, yesterday I attended the, you didn't have to move because I can reach over you. I attended the breakfast, and I think what I got out of the breakfast was the fact that there's a community of artists out there that maybe we're flying under the radar. Now we're giving them the ability to stand out and connect with the community, and that's what we're really doing. Whether it's our athletic programs that the mayor also supports, or the arts, is we're connecting people, not just artists, but people who can appreciate the artist's work. So it's quite exciting, and we're glad to be here, and good luck.
I want to say something, if I may. We are actually, this whole thing kind of started, we did an arts inventory where the organizations that have anything to do with the arts, we found them and itemized them, but more importantly, all the people. And the things that you were talking about, that came out of that artist outreach. That was 9 years ago that we did that when John first became mayor. So we're doing another one now. So if you or anybody has a part-time, full-time, any interest in the arts, anything you do, go on to the township website. The inventory is on there. It'll take you a few minutes to fill out the whole thing, and then you can become part of our arts community.
Either you guys, Jim, you want to say anything?
Well, I may as well. I think everybody else did. But yeah, the exciting part though is to see how everything has grown and matured. And just listening as each person spoke, a lot of these things started with concepts, and whether it be some of our historic items, our green initiatives, they all started with concepts. And then over the last 9 or 10 years, they've grown and matured. And it's just so nice for the community to jump on board and to see all this. But it's so exciting with the arts, especially with the redevelopment in Avenel, and having a hook. You go to other communities, Red Bank, Short Hills, places that have a reputation. And Woodbridge has everything that they have and more. And bringing the arts in there, to me, it is just so exciting, because I think that's the hook. That's going to be the rebirth of the downtown, and it's just going to be wonderful. So I'm appreciative to Carolyn and all of the people that have started this thing and made it happen. And now I'm going to put the pressure on you.
Well, I can't compliment anybody any further for the work that they've done, but I will. Congratulations to everyone involved, the rec department, Carol, the mayor. We like to embrace everything here in Woodbridge Township, not just sports, not just business. We know that all of it comes together. As a father of 5 and always on the playground picking my kids up, I am approached quite often about different avenues where they can direct their children, even if they're not sports children, because many of you know that I'm very involved in the sports. But many times they'll ask me about scouts, or they'll ask me about things like, where can my child go to learn music, or where can they learn how to paint? I used to point them over to the Barron Arts Center for some of their summer programs, but it's nice to have another avenue and another place, and not to mention some place where it's downtown, where if mom is dropping off her son or daughter, she goes across the street and she gets a cup of coffee, or she spends a few dollars while she's downtown. So one hand, I believe, definitely helps out the other, and I just think that the vision that the township has been displaying is showing that things are good things are going on in Woodbridge, and everyone here is really going to be the benefactor if you're from Woodbridge, believe me.
Ashley, one more thing. Are you familiar with the kiln in that group? Is that something you know about?
Well, I know that they hooked it up. They took the program from Woodbridge Library, and now they brought it back here. And I believe it's going to be on Tuesday nights. So, again, if anyone's interested in painting ceramics, you can come here. You can paint a ceramics piece, and then the teacher will fire it up for you, and you can take it home. So
there's actually a working kiln here. Mm-hmm. Which it was hell to get it here, because you have to have it's got to be exhausted right, so it took forever to get it, but it's here. And Tuesday nights there is a ceramics group, and I'm trying to think of the woman's name, but I can't think of it. I should know it, because for 2 years she bugged me to get the kiln in here, and now I have it.
And she started bugging me.
Then she started bugging you.
And then we bugged Brian again.
Yes.
And then it happened.
What's the name of that group? Is it just the Woodbridge?
It's just the ceramics.
Just the ceramics. Okay.
I forget her name though. You would know it, Brian.
On the spot.
Yeah. Well, anyway, she's a wonderful woman.
She's happy now.
We'll add it to the graphics.
Yes. Go ahead, Glenn. You want to say something else?
I just want to say one more thing that came out of the Mayor's Committee on the Arts is we have instituted what we call the 10 Towns Sculpture Project.
Oh, yeah.
That was another thing that we started. We figured that public art would bring attention to Woodbridge Township. So I came with this idea to install public art in each of the 10 towns of Woodbridge Township. So far, we've had some success with that. We have a piece in the Tansman Park on Route 35, and then Richie Olson from Avenel sponsored a piece that's on Route 1 in Avenel in front of the firehouse called the Smoke Eater. It's a large stainless steel fireman.
Very large stainless steel fireman.
And that's part of the 10 Towns project.
Ariana, what's the one at Barron Arts Center?
Alana is in front of the Barron Arts Center.
That's cool.
Right by my house. I love it.
Oh, Biddings, the train.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's a train in front of J.J. Biddings. But all of those are downtown Woodbridge. So we still have 8 towns to put sculpture in front. So I'm asking that if anybody's listening to this, you're a business person who would like to sponsor a sculpture for your section of town, Forge or Colonia or wherever. We'd like to get it in a public place, like Route 1 is awesome. And it would really bring attention to Woodbridge. So if any business people or anyone who would like to contribute to that, we're doing it for basically what it costs to create. And large-scale sculpture just brings attention to your town, and then we can do a map, and we can have a sculpture crawl that people can come from out of town and do this sculpture crawl through Woodbridge Township, follow the map, and while they're doing that, they're going to stop in restaurants in all the towns that they're going to. So it's really a cool idea.
That geocaching we're doing now, right?
Yep, we're doing that on the Greenway. Then we're going to do one with the historic sites.
Explain that while we're here. It's kind of artsy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
it's kind of
do you want to?
No, it's not arty.
There's an app for this. It's called geocaching, and people who are into this, it's like you put these little boxes with a pad in them and a pencil, and you hide them. And then if you go onto the geocache app, it will show you the latitude and longitude it kind of point you to it, and then you have to hunt. There's one right on, I'm not going to tell you where, there's one right on Woodbridge Avenue, and we had the app in our hand, and it kept saying, you are there, you are there, you are there, and we're looking, and we thought, and it was there. You just had to look really hard. So it's like a nationwide scavenger hunt. So we're going to do one on the Greenway, and we have geocaches all through there. We're taking some of those wonderful historic walking tours that the Historic Commission has put together, and we're going to do one on that. And so it brings in health because you get people out there walking and hunting and a little history.
Plus we're cleaning up the Greenway.
Right, at the same time.
Yeah, we're also going to do one with some of the great Eagle Scout projects that have happened in town.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
great projects, and they're literally spread all over the town. They're in Fords, they're in Colonia, they're in Woodbridge. We're going to do a geocache with that, which will be cool. Anyway, everybody, anybody want to say anything else, or let's go cut the ribbon? All right, Sam and Ashley, you're cutting. Okay, count down for 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Very good. Grand reopening of the Woodbridge Artisan Guild here on Main Street. What's the number here? What's the address? 101 Main Street, right next to Nev's Jewelers.